Hello guys, it's LonkTheDonk here, back for a new Hypixel Skyblock video. I know, I've been pretty dead on this channel lately, and well, I will be honest, it's a little bit of my fault. However, I'm gonna make it up to all of you with this video. You see, for your entertainment, Tie-Dye Ninja and I decided to open 1,000 white gifts, 500 green gifts, and 500 red gifts, totaling an eye-watering 2,000 gifts. I will be comparing the results of each type of gift and their Call of Duty finisher to our wallets. And well, who knows? Maybe we just found a great new money-making method. Roll the intro. Alright guys, before I get into the video, some things you should be aware of are that 1. These numbers are not perfectly accurate. The white gifts are going to be the most accurate since we opened 1,000 of them rather than 500. But still, none of these numbers are set in stone, they are simply anecdotal. Speaking of the fact that we opened 1,000 white gifts, since the quantity was larger, naturally revenue would not be equal to the other gift types. However, the actual profit ratios are independent from quantity, and similar to the first point would only make the math a little more accurate. Next, we are not counting things like XP boost potions, XP drops, enchanted books, and music discs. This is because these are either not sellable or worth almost nothing. Finally, all of these numbers are assuming you are either giving or receiving all of the gifts, and only getting drops from one side of it. If you have a friend who is willing to open a bunch of gifts with you, and then gives you all of the drops, you will be making a whole lot more money. Again though, for these numbers we are assuming that we are only receiving our half. Alright, so to start off, let's go over white gifts. As we all know, white gifts are the cheapest type of gifts, so understandably they would have the best chance of being profitable. But Lonk, how can a few coins and the occasional armor and furniture pieces possibly make up for the 5,558,750 coin investment? Well, my friend, the answer lies in snow minions and North Stars. Snow minions we have all heard of, but what are North Stars? Well, these cheeky fellows are a type of currency on the Jerry Island added in the 0.17 update. They can be spent in Inary's Emporium on various items, including gift talismans. Due to this, you can gain money from North Stars by purchasing items from Inary and reselling them on the AH. This does mean that profit from North Stars is a little volatile, but should not be drastically affected. The way you calculate individual North Star profit will be explained later in the video. Anyways, on screen now is the total loot from white gifts. Additionally, they were 120 North Stars and 2,263,000 in raw coin drops. Moving on to green gifts, these lads are at first glance the Goldilocks zone of gifts. Not the most expensive, but offer better drops than the cheapest. Or at least that's what you would think. One thing I noticed while opening the green gifts was that, unlike white gifts, a lot more XP and coins dropped. This is supported by the fact that we got 1,388,000 coins with just 500 green gifts, as opposed to the 1.8 mil from double the amount of white gifts. However, as I explained before, the real coins from gifts do not come from raw money drops, they come from other types of loot. Now you could say that we simply got lucky with snow minions with the white gifts and made the RNG drop revenue for them substantially better. And well, you aren't wrong, we got an abnormal amount of snow minions in our first 500 gifts. However, this is why we decided to do another 500 gifts and see if snow minion drops were actually better with whites. The results were obviously not as wild as the first time, but let's get into why that does not matter anyways. On screen now are the regular loot drops from green gifts. Keep in mind this does also include 323 North Stars, which is substantial, but not enough to compensate in this scenario. As you can see, there are only 2 snow minions that dropped out of 500 green gifts. The gift type was supposedly way more RNG. This is terribly bad, because even if we did open the double the amount of white gifts, 17.5 million coins were forced at gunpoint from our wallets to buy these 500 green gifts. In fact, here are the drops from the original 500 white gifts. Now, statistically, greens do have higher chances for drops, but it clearly is not by much, considering 500 white gifts gave us very similar value. So, what have we learned today, kids? Well, just because green gifts give you more raw coins and are more expensive does not at all mean they are worth it. They are not a scam, but are certainly overpriced and not a smart financial decision at all. It is undeniable that you shouldn't buy green gifts for any reason whatsoever unless you really hate your bank account. They are neither cheap nor give you much better chances for good drops, so steer clear of them. Finally, after getting carpal tunnel from opening and giving 1,500 gifts, we decided to do 500 red gifts to cap it off. Coming in as the most expensive gift per unit, it was really hard to see 60 million coins go. But like the saying says, it's for the content. Which is why you should smash that subscribe button and do all the algorithmic things to stay up to date to my latest uploads. Anyways, red gifts in themselves, unlike green gifts, actually have good drop rates. I would say that this is to be expected, but considering I just said much more expensive does not mean huge improvement, it would be hypocritical. Despite this, the fact of the matter is that they were a force to be reckoned with when it came to sheer revenue numbers. As you can see here, these are the material drops of red gifts. Snow minions did not yet drop as much as white gifts, but like stated previously, that situation was likely due to luck. However, there are various other items of interest here. Right off the bat, you can see that there were a huge amount of snowsuit pieces that dropped, more than green and white gifts combined. Also, surprisingly enough, we got a Krampus helmet and a snowman pet, 2 of the most rare items in the gift loot table. North Stars also saw a huge increase at an eye-watering 813 drops. Finally, raw coins amounted to 2,341,000. Now, while these drops are certainly impressive, they do not come even close to making up for the initial cost of purchasing the gifts. Similar to green gifts, unless you are deliberately trying to kill your wallet, do not buy and open these. Anyways, now that I've finished explaining the deed, I'm going to hand it over to Tie-Dye Ninja so he can further go into detail about all these numbers and what they actually mean. Off to you, Tie-Dye.
Thanks, Lonk. Alright, so for this video, guys, I made a spreadsheet basically compiling all of our gift profits. So, before I go any further, I should mention, if you want to do this for yourself, there's going to be a link in the description to an empty version of this sheet, and you can just copy that into your own Google Sheets document and put in your own numbers, and then it'll spit out a bunch of numbers for you that you can do with what you want. I should say this is not going to predict your gift profits, it's only going to retrospectively give you more detail on exactly how much you gained of each item. So with that, let's get into this. This first section here is our data input, which basically means it's the numbers that we're going to have to put into the spreadsheet ourselves. So some simple ones like the number of gifts that we're opening, the price of a single gift in each category, and the purchase cost for the total number of gifts. Then we have to put all our profits in, and for this I've split it up into 3 sections. So first we have raw coin revenue, which is basically just going to be the number of coin drops that you get from the gifts that are going straight into your purse. So this is just the free money. Then we have miscellaneous item revenue, which is going to be things like cosmetics mostly and snowsuit pieces, that kind of thing. And these are things that you're just going to end up selling on the AH. And these are all kind of lowball bin prices for when we open these, so they're obviously not going to be perfectly accurate, but they'll be close enough. Then we have notable and rare drop revenue, which is going to come almost entirely from snow minions, but especially from red gifts. We did get a couple other very rare drops, so those are all going into there. And finally, we have the number of North Stars we got from each gift category, and this is going to be really useful for some more calculations later on. So then we have this little results section over here. This is really just for the sake of calculations, so I'm not going to bother going over it much. This is the real important sheet, though, and I'm going to zoom out for a minute, so if you want to get a full screenshot of this entire section, now's your chance. But now I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to go over this one by one. So first, we're going to have raw coins per gift. This is going to be the number of raw coins you get from the raw coin drops for each gift that you open on average. Then we have North Stars per gift, which is going to be the number of gifts you have to open to get one North Star, or rather, the number of North Stars you're going to get per gift you open. So, as you can see, for white gifts, you're going to get about one North Star every 10 gifts, for greens, one every 2 gifts, and for reds, you're going to get a North Star and a half for every single gift you open. Then, this is the real important column if you're looking at North Stars. It's the cost per North Star. So, as you can see, even though we're not getting very many North Stars per white gifts are so cheap that they're actually still going to be the cheapest in terms of earning North Stars efficiently. And then we have green gifts, a little bit more expensive, but it's not going to take nearly as long if you're opening green gifts, so this might be worth it. And then as you see with red gifts, it's so much more expensive, almost 20,000 more coins. So you're probably not going to really want to open red gifts if you're just going for North Stars. Finally, we have profit per gift over here, which is basically going to be the total amount of coins you get on average for a gift minus the cost of that gift. And as you can see, only our white gifts are in the positive range. Both reds and greens are deep into the negatives. They're not profitable whatsoever. But we're going to take a little bit more detailed look over here at it, because there's more information than meets the eye. We have here profit per gift including North Stars. And what we're looking at here is basically, if you're considering the fact that you're also getting North Stars for all the gifts you're opening, you can buy items with the North Stars and sell those on AH. And we calculated the value for at least the time period we're in right now to be about 15,000 coins per North Star at the lowest. So we're valuing a single North Star at 15,000 coins. And as you can see, the numbers change quite a bit when you're including North Stars in your profit calculations. It more than doubles white gifts, and although reds and greens are both deep into the negative still, they are rising up a little bit. Then we have profit per gift with gift talisman, which is something I haven't really gone over yet. With this, we're assuming that you have a golden gift talisman, which is a talisman that you can get from the North Star shop, or at least during the Christmas event, that gives you a 25% boost to both the coins you get from the raw coins you get from gifts, and the XP drops. And obviously we're only worried about the coins here, so that's all that we're taking into account. And as you can see, this doesn't increase it that much, but it is a slight difference, especially for the white gifts. It's increasing by almost a third. So, it's something to take into account if you're really trying to maximize your profit by getting a gold gift talisman. Then, we have one of the most important columns, in my opinion. This is if you're trying to absolutely maximize profit and you're opening a lot of gifts. So this is profit per gift with a gift talisman and including North Star profits. So this is going to be the absolute maximum profit you're going to get per gift if you're going all out trying to do as much as you can to make money off of these. As you can see, greens and reds are still not profitable, unfortunately. That's kind of just the nature of it. But whites are looking pretty good. You're almost making a full white gift's worth of money per white gift. And that's considering that the white gifts have kind of inflated prices right now, so who knows what these numbers are going to look like for you in the future. Which is why I recommend that you get the spreadsheet and do all this for yourself. Again, you won't have to do any of these calculations, it does all that for you. You just have to put in all the base inputs. So then we have these two columns, which are something called RNG independent, which is basically if you're not counting any RNG drops in the gift calculations. And this is going to be kind of what you want to look at if you are only opening a very small number of gifts. You're probably not going to be getting very many RNG drops just because of, the chances of it. And as you can see, this means that even if we're including a gift talisman and North Stars, you're still losing money on all gifts when you're not counting RNG drops, which just goes to show how important it is to get good RNGs when you're opening gifts, which you naturally will. Even if you're getting an average amount of RNGs, you're still going to probably be profiting on white gifts. But if you're only opening a few gifts, you're not really going to have a chance to get any of those, and then these are going to be the columns that you're going to be looking at for profits, which, as you can see, are not very good. So, I guess the takeaway from that is, do not open gifts for profit unless you're going to be opening a decent quantity of them to the point where you can get RNG drops. So that's going to about conclude our spreadsheet. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. I know that's a lot of information, but we're going to have the link to both this full spreadsheet in the description and an empty one if you want to try it out for yourself. So thanks. Back to you, Lonk.
Thank you, Tie-Dye. Alright, so overall, gifts are a pretty big hit or miss across the table. White gifts are the clear victor when it comes to profit in itself, but a lot of it is RNG based. Clearly buying and opening any other type of gift is a pretty bad decision and should not be done, unless for some reason you're trying to get an insane amount of North Stars in a short amount of time. But this was done as a kind of a fun experiment, even if it did cost a lot. And I mean, a lot. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking with me to the end, and if you do not mind, please punch that big red subscribe button. For me, it would be like an early Christmas present. Anyways, speaking of which, it is Merry Christmas to you all from yours truly, LonkTheDonk.